لله الحمد لله الواحد القهار العزيز الغفار مكور الليل على النهار تذكرة لأولي القلوب والأبصار وتبصرة لذوي الألباب والاعتبار ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله البر الكريم الرؤوف الرحيم ونشهد أن سيدنا مولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله وحبيبه وخليله الهادي إلى صراط مستقيم والداعي إلى دين قويم صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وسائر النبيين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصم وقال تعالى اعلموا أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب وله وزينة وتفاخر بينكم وتكاثر في الأموال والأولاد كمثل غيث أعجب الكفار نباته ثم يهيج فتراه مصفرا ثم يكون حطاما وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد ومغفرة من الله ورضوان وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام يقول الله تعالى الصوم لي وأنا أجزي به وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام الصوم جنة. Dear respected elders, brothers, mothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us this month of Ramadan for us to value it and appreciate it. There were many who were with us last year. This year they are no longer with us. Many who left this world few days prior to the month of Ramadan. This month of Ramadan is so sacred and valuable in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which you might be hearing over the days, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decorates Jannat 11 months in advance prior to the coming of the month of Ramadan. For who? For you and I, for the believers, for those that will be anticipating and fasting in the month of Ramadan, those that will be worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the month of Ramadan. It comes in one narration that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens all the doors of Jannat in the month of Ramadan. The doors of Jahannam are closed and Jannat is seeking out, calling out that where are my dwellers? Meaning all the ibadat Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make us from the dwellers of Jannat in the month of Ramadan. In one hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says that this ummah has been granted 5 favors, which no other ummah have been granted before. أعطيت أمتي 5 خصال لم تعطهن قبلهم. That my ummah has been granted 5 favors from Allah Ta'ala in the month of Ramadan, which the previous ummahs were not granted. What is that? First and foremost, in the beginning of the month of Ramadan, when the first day of Ramadan starts, Allah Ta'ala looks at this ummah with an eye of mercy. And that person who Allah Ta'ala looks with an eye of mercy, he is guaranteed Jannat. He is destined to enter into Jannat. So if we had prepared for this month of Ramadan and we had anticipated it, we were waiting for it, and we wanted to enjoy the ibadat of the month of Ramadan, then Allah Ta'ala looks at His believers with an eye of mercy in the beginning of Ramadan. The second is لَخَلُوفُ فَمِ الصَّائِمِ أَطْيَبُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ مِنْ رِيحِ الْمِسْكِ. That when a person is fasting, due to the empty belly, the empty stomach, a slight odor comes out from the mouth during the day. Allah Ta'ala will emancipate and compensate that odor with musk on the day of Qiyamah. The people who are fasting, their mouths will be smelling of musk, their breath and their breathing will be of musk on the day of Qiyamah and in Jannah. This has been only granted to this ummah. And Thirdly, Allah subhanahu, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says that Allah Ta'ala engages the malaika and the fish in the ocean and all the creation of Allah Ta'ala, they make istighfar for those that were fasting from the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. They ask for forgiveness. This is indeed a great thing. Imagine, sometimes we tell a pious sheikh, a pious person, say, make dua for us. The imam of the masjid, we say, make dua for us. We go to our parents, we say, make dua for us. We ask everyone to make dua. Here Allah Ta'ala is asking the angels to make dua for us. Such a creation that never disobeyed Allah, that never went against the commands of Allah, including Jibreel alayhi salam. Jibreel alayhi salam, the messenger of the angels that used to bring the message to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam and the other Sahaba and the other prophets. So Jibreel alayhi salam, Mikael alayhi salam, Israfil alayhi salam, Israel alayhi salam, in whose mouth is the trumpet. It is said that the entire universe put together, the seven heavens and the seven earths, if they put together and placed on the palm of Israel or Jibreel alayhi salam, it will be as if when you throw water on your palm, and that water that remains there, that is the universe, and the remainder is the palm and the body. This is how huge Allah Ta'ala has created them. The trumpet of Israel alayhi salam, in Allah Ta'ala mentions in the Quran, وَإِذَا الشَّمْسُ كُوِّرَتْ وَإِذَا النُّجُومُ انْكَدَرَتْ وَإِذَا الْجِبَالُ سُيِّرَتْ وَإِذَا الْعِشَارُ عُطِّلَتْ وَإِذَا الْوُحُوشُ حُشِرَتْ. That when the sun will lose its light, and when the mountains will start flying, just like how the clouds and the smoke is out there, the mountains will start moving in the air. This is the power of the trumpet of Israel when it will be blown on the day of Qiyamah. It is mentioned that the entire universe can fit into the trumpet of Israel. That's how huge Allah Ta'ala had created this angel. Even Israel alayhi salam is told to make istighfar for those people that are fasting in Ramadan from the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. This is indeed a great month of virtue. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that I become the reward for the person. I myself is the reward. وَأَنَا أَجْزِي بِي الصَّوْمُ لِي وَأَنَا أَجْزِي بِي. That fasting is for me. Every other ibadat we make, we give zakat, we go for hajj, we perform salah, the angels write down these rewards. And the angels, countless rewards they can write down and note it down. But when it comes to fasting, they too, they lose the count. They cannot weight the greatness of this reward, the gravity of this reward. They cannot measure it. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the ikhlas of a person who is fasting and the ikhlas of a person who is not fasting. That is why Allah Ta'ala says, As-sawmu li, I myself, I will give the reward. In another riwayat it is said, As-sawmu li wa ana ujza bi. That fasting is for me and I myself is the reward. Allah Ta'ala Himself becomes the reward. And that is the maqsad of fasting. That is the purpose of fasting, that we attain Allah in this month. What is the month of Ramadan for? So that we get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we bring Allah into our lives. We bring Allah ta'ala in our consciousness, in our daily dealings, in our social dealings, in our family dealings. We bring Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah ta'ala has given us these bounties and these favors, and the final bounty in the hadith, the fifth one, Allah Ta'ala says that on the last day of Ramadan, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, Allah Ta'ala announces His freedom from the fire of Jahannam. That now you are free from the fire of Jahannam, meaning that Jannat is destined for you forever and forever. وَرِضْوَانٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ أَكْبَرُ. And Allah Ta'ala says that Jannat and the pleasure of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is indeed the greatest thing that you can ever acquire. The greatest success. ذَلِكَ هُوَ الْفَوْزُ الْعَظِيمُ, Allah Ta'ala mentions. ذَلِكَ هُوَ الْفَوْزُ الْكَبِيرُ. In another place Allah Ta'ala mentions. Allah Ta'ala says this is the greatest success. The biggest dream a person can accomplish and fulfill is to get Jannat forever and forever and to attain the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is for who? For those that have fasted sincerely in the month of Ramadan. Now let us analyze what is our fast and what was the fast of Sahaba radiallahu anhu. Our fast, we leave eating and drinking in the morning and we anticipate it in the evening. But the fast of Sahaba radiallahu anhum was something else. For them, leaving eating and drinking was something normal. It was the natural day. There was no such thing as lunch for the Sahaba. The lunch time, we have added it on. Now we have chai time as well after Asr. So we have 4 meals in a day. One of our ustads used to say, Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran that in Jannat people will eat in the morning and evening. So in the world we want to make it better than Jannat. We have lunch also and we have chai time also. So we have 4 meals, but the people of Jannat will have 2 meals. So he's trying to explain that how extravagant we have become. Sometimes, we try to imitate others, but in that imitation, we are harming ourselves. If we look at the sick list in the hospital and all the different sicknesses that are there, 99% is from the food that we consume, excessive food that we consume. Once one doctor, a medical professor, came into Medina in the time of Sahaba radiallahu anhu, and he decided that, I'll make my surgery here and I will treat the people of Medina because I see there's no doctor. A businessman looks for opportunity. Wherever there's opportunity, we want to set up something. There's nothing here, let's set it up. So he said, I'll set up my surgery. There's no other surgery in Medina. So 1 month went, 2 months went, 3 months went by. No one is visiting him. So he asked the people that, what's the matter? I've been here for 3 months. No one is getting sick in this area, in this town. They said, no, they only eat when they are hungry. They only eat when they are hungry. And they sleep when they are tired. So because of these, the doctor said that they have found the crux of the remedy. The crux of the cure is this, to eat when you are hungry. So Sahaba's day and night revolved around staying hungry. One of the du'as of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is for his own family. He used to make this du'a. Allahumma ja'al rizqa ali Muhammadin quta. Allahumma ja'al rizqa ali Muhammadin quta. Oh Allah, make the sustenance of my family just enough to keep their back straight. Meaning, don't spoil them with the luxuries of the dunya, or else they might deviate, or they might get involved too much into the dunya and not reap the benefits of the akhirat as they're supposed to reap. So just give them sufficient of the dunya that can keep their back straight and let them work towards the akhirat. This was the dua Rasulullah made for his own family members. So no one can point a finger tomorrow and say that this Prophet has left all good things for his own family and he's left everyone else in a destitute, in a devastating situation. Na'udhu billah. Rasulullah understood that sustenance, if it keeps your back straight, that is the best for you. Otherwise, the luxuries of the dunya will spoil us. Once Rasulullah was sitting with the Sahaba, and we know the beginning stages of the Sahaba, how they were suffering and how difficult it was for them in terms of monetary gain, etc. So Rasulullah sat up and he told them that, "Oh Sahaba, what will you do?" So he's not addressing the Sahaba, he's addressing the people that will come after the Sahaba. He says, "What will you do? إِذَا صُبَّتْ عَلَيْكُمُ الدُّنْيَا," when the dunya will